Happy 4th of July, or rather, belated 4th of July, everyone. What better way to celebrate the 250th anniversary of our nation's independence by watching a 20-year-old movie on the almost to the week about our planet being invaded by aliens and having to form a ragtag squadron in order to go up there and fight said aliens for our independence, while opposing factions within the government try to duke it out on how to deal with the aliens, and some stupid people embrace them.
You're talking about the cult classic film from the 80s called Mac and Me, right?
No, I'm talking about that cult classic called Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
You sure you're not talking about War of the Worlds?
Are you sure you're not talking about Space Runaway Idiot?
Well, are we not talking about Star Beast?
Are we not talking about Gundam 00 Trailblazer?
No. Oh, you're talking about that bullshit Roland Emmerich movie that apparently a lot of people say is a good movie, but when you actually watch it, it's like, okay, we gave Godzilla to these clowns?
Yep.
Are you serious?
But
don't get me wrong.
It does follow up into a far superior TV show.
I mean, we did. I mean, like, the fights were good. The speech that Bill Pullman gave was amazing. Don't get me wrong. And who doesn't love Randy Quaid before all that happened?
Yeah.
This is pre-crazy. Well, Randy Quaid was always crazy.
Yeah.
But I think he's really gone off the deep end this time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's a lot of fish.
Did you know that originally they didn't have Randy Quaid in a jet? He was actually in an old Red Baron biplane.
Yep.
Originally, that's what they wanted to do at the end of that movie. It's like, everyone's got jets, and yet you see Randy Quaid coming in on an old 1920s biplane with a missile strapped to it. I'm like, logically and physics aren't applying here, because that plane shouldn't even have taken off with that thing mounted onto it.
Nope.
But they're like, you know what? That's stupid. Let's give him a jet. Although, wouldn't it be pretty badass for him to ram into the alien ship that Jeff Goldblum had uploaded a virus to? What you install LimeWire on the thing, or what? My God, I haven't seen a computer system crash so badly since like the 2000s. They must have put in some type of torrenting software into that thing.
Yes. Yes. And equally crazy is that somehow, against odds, we got not one, not two, but three consecutive first 10 Heisei seasons in a row this year.
Yeah, we did. That's actually something. That's actually something.
Like, it would be insane if we're gonna get a fourth one late after we're done with this one, because once we finish this season, we will be 55% done with that first decade. Just to give you an understanding, percentage-wise, we are closer to unlocking Decade than we are to unlocking Stronger, which, by the way, I do have on Blu-ray now.
Well, this is like the upgraded Stronger tech.
Oh yeah. Not to a Stronger, but it was Stronger.
People are like, wait a minute, like, this looks like Stronger, but it technically that's what the homage is, but it's not. But to compare the two is like literally apples and oranges.
Yeah.
I mean, looks wise,
They're both Ala Marina Dichotoma, but they're not
the same. They're not, and also we don't have a busty school teacher yelling in the countryside towards the mountain at the setting sun, yelling at the bastard for not saving the girl. Which we still have not let that go yet.
No. Hey, but it could be worse. At least you're not a guy on a bicycle pretending to be a guy who lost his sister, even though both his sister and his brother are still alive.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But yeah, no, I had some people reach out last week about Ryuki and whatnot. And they said, is it proper, or was it proper for me to say that Ryuki was the foundation for like what is to come? I mean, you had Agito and Kuga before. And I'm like, well, take a look at every Kamen Rider that has come since or after Ryuki. Now it's not about just fighting the bad guys. We're fighting amongst ourselves. And this show is proof of that.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, we had, Played, Fies, Hibiki also. There's multiple writers. And it's like not all of them are on the same page. Or in fact, it's like even our main hero in this show isn't like technically a good guy. Like, would that have worked in the 80s or in the 70s? Don't think so.
No.
Don't think so. Now we're like doing the whole my own personal stuff and my own personal goals and what I plan to do. Especially with these guys. I know nothing of Kabuto. I know nothing of it. All I know is that there's an organization, there are monsters, and every single rider is completely different from the next.
Yeah.
So it's like, wait, who's our hero? That guy? He's an asshole. I know.
I think Kabuto is probably like no, that's Takumi. I was gonna say Kabuto's probably the first righteous douchebag Kamen Rider, but the thing is, no, it's Takumi. But
yeah, it's like Tendo. He's oh god, how would I put this? From what I understand, not from this film, but just in general, he is literally Yusuke Urameshi.
That's a
he literally is that. Everyone has this whole thing about that he's a punk, that he's an asshole, that he's this, that he's that, but he's actually a pretty righteous guy.
Yeah.
Just look at the situation he's in. How could you not be a hard ass in this whole situation, honestly? But yeah, early Heisei was definitely an interesting period. It was definitely an interesting period, to say the least. You had your Kabutos, your Kivas, Fies, Blades, Hibikis, and none of it made sense. There was no team up. There was no 5 riders fighting against King Dark and the Hey Digimon theme song at the end. No. These were just like, you can kind of say it was a situationship that was happening here.
Yeah, I would say Next 10 was definitely more colorful and optimistic compared to First 10. And that's saying something considering how the first season of Next 10 literally starts off with a guy getting shot in the back.
They did not pull their
punches. But still, generally, like WO's Forze are generally more optimistic seasons compared to, say, Fai's Blade, Kabuto, Kiba.
I did read something about that. It's kind of like I said, like Ryuki was getting so much shit for, like, from adult groups and somewhat of the government because of Sakura, you know. And so, all right, let's pull it back. And then then Thighs happened, then Blade happened. And for some reason Hibiki happened, which Hibiki has nothing to do with this, but it's kind of like if you watch those series again, you notice that we're really pressing on the authoritarian button leg. I know it's a thing that has been a trope for writers since God knows when. Oh, that the scientists and this and that, but the scientist didn't mean to do that. He was tricked. He thought he was protecting people. No, in the 2000s, they were doing it because of science. I don't care who I hurt, who I get involved. Police officers, government officials. It's like they're not the innocents here. They are the reason this crap is happening. And it's like, whoa, hold on, guys, hold on a minute. You can't talk bad about our political figures and police force, can we not? Can we not criticize?
No. It's actually an interesting transition and return to form in certain ways, where like all of the Showa era, both 70s and 80s, there was only like really one organization in each season, and the organization's usually like the bad guys, like Shocker, Destron, God, Black Satan, Delza. But then and like if the closest thing we would have to a good guy organization is literally a bunch of rascally kids wearing like caps and stuff and tiny shorts that are comfy and easy to wear. But then Kuga and Akito changed it around where like now like the organization are the good guys, you got the Tokyo Police Department, and you got the Project G3, but then Ryuki didn't really have an organization. The closest thing we had was Room 401, and
Room 401. We're trying to stop this. No, you're not.
Yeah. It's like dubious. They're back to being dubious, but also, can you really call it an organization? But then Fies were back to form because Smart Brain are definitely the bad guys. Bored are definitely the bad guys. Hibiki kind of flips it back where Takashi
wasn't meant to be a Kamen Rider, so
he wasn't meant to be a Kamen Rider, so it's like we don't know if we could even tally that, but if we do tally it, Takashi are definitely good guys. But then we have Zect, and it's like, it's kind of like from episode 1, it's kind of obvious that Zect are not necessarily the good guys.
Well, that's kind of the thing.
What?
That's the thing, is that these series were getting all the crap because you're supposed to trust the police, you're supposed to trust our elected officials, you're supposed to, and that's what these shows were really going for, was even though, and there are good people here, let us not deny that, but you got to admit, this asshole is the reason why apparently the world went to crap, and now there's no water.
Zect is closer to Bored than it is to Smart Brain in terms of how they advertise themselves.
Yeah, well, hopefully Zect isn't just what are they doing? Or even like Bored. It's like, well, we're trying to, but it's like we just did this to bring back somebody's wife.
Yeah.
I'm hoping there's more of a solid reason here than just that.
So
Why are we here this Sunday morning after the 250th birthday of our nation?
We're here to, well, interestingly enough, while Kamen Rider Blade's movie could be considered a sequel, dubious, but still technically a sequel, and Ryuki's movie, episode final, is technically a midquel because it kind of replaces episodes 47 and 48. Here we have a bizarre change of pace that Pokemon did not have the guts to do back in 2015. And that is, let's do a summer film that's actually a prequel to the show. That's right. We're discussing Kamen Rider Kabuto, the movie, Godspeed Love, director's cut. But yeah, so yeah, since we're starting off a completely new season, you mentioned that you've never seen Kabuto. For me, Kabuto was the very first season I've watched in my entire life. Well, if we're not counting, the American Saban's Masked Rider. But no, as far as Japanese seasons go, Kabuto was my first. I was in a very dark place, and due to a personal tragedy, and that tragedy took me to a path. Oba change teta tenomichi wiki subte wo tsukasuru otsuko. And I found Kabuto, and I resonate with the show because the main character has strong affinity for his grandmother, which so did I before I lost her. May she rest in peace. And yeah, the show resonated with me, and I've been a Kamen Rider fan ever since, and I've been watching Kamen Rider since, and now 20 years later, I've seen all 1,700 and almost 50 episodes of the show. And how ironic is it that when my grandpa passes away, just last weekend, same parent, by the way, we spun the wheel the exact same day, and somehow we ended up on Kabuto. So somehow I'm watching Kabuto after the death of two grandparents by sheer coincidence. It's fate. Unme des. But it is what it is. Kabuto is my favorite season, and unfortunately took me a hell of a long time, but I finally have, both the DX and CSM Kabuto Zectors, and as you may notice, since we finished Ryuki, I kind of redecorated a bit. But yeah, and naturally, we got the summer film, Godspeed Love, and yeah, like I said when we reviewed Paradise Lost, it's one of the movies that I've seen the most frequently. And yes, I've watched the director's cut so many times I practically memorized it. But still, being a true academic, I still watched it all the way through last night, regardless. So here we are. Chronologically, this movie is a prequel, but if we're talking in terms of getting the most satisfaction of watching the movie, it would be most recommended to watch at any time between episodes 4 and 34, just so that you could have that comparison.
Yeah, you're gonna see things in the first 5 minutes that you're like, wait, what?
Yeah. Because if you watch it back in 2006, the way the audience were originally meant to watch it, things happen in a very specific way in the show. Certain questions are asked, and they're not quite answered in the show. But then the movie comes out in the summer, and then one of the biggest questions asked in the first episode is finally answered in the movie. But then you're watching the movie, it's like, wait a minute, is this an alternate reality where things are actually worse than they are in the show? Yes.
Yeah, it's literally the timeline where Skynet actually won.
Yeah.
Also the fact that there is a lot of spoilers in this movie. Yeah. Characters that we will not see until 20 plus episodes in. There's even a reveal of forms that I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, much like 13 Rider special, it's like expect like certain things to be revealed that would not be revealed in the first episode. But one thing I do appreciate about this movie is that it is just self-contained enough that you could show it to a person who's never watched Kamen Rider and they could still enjoy it as a standalone film. I mean, obviously, if you're going to watch the show too, it's like you might be a little bit more confused compared to just watching the movie by itself and just leaving it at that. But it is what it is. And like, let me just clarify what I mean by this. It's like if you watch the Agito movie Project G4, you kind of have to know about stuff that happened in the show. When you watch Ryuki episode Final, it's like you do have to ask yourselves, who are these guys? Why are they fighting? And who's this guy in the trench coat calling all the shots? And why does he care? Paradise Lost, kind of self-contained. By a Blade, not self-contained. It's like you gotta understand, like, why is this blue beetle dude fighting this black cockroach guy at the beginning of the film? Why do we care about unsealing it? Why does this girl care about him? Hibiki? I mean, most of the movie is not present day. It's more like, oh, these characters that already existed, so you kind of have to know them, are reading a story of how this organization that we're a part of first originated. Deno, oh, believe me, you have to watch episode 27 to get it. Kiva, yeah, you have to watch the show. But yeah, no, but Faiz and Kabuto are the two movies in the first 10 era where, like, yeah, you don't necessarily have to watch the show to appreciate the movie. But yeah, if you watch the movie and then the show, it's like you might be a little confused as to like why things are different. But at least the movie explains at the end why, when you do watch the show, things will be different. But I think you don't appreciate the beginning of the movie unless you actually watch the first 4 episodes. So, but again, we're doing things chronologically, so it's a lose-lose situation no matter how you frame it. Meanwhile, Ultraman Cosmos, the movie, the first one, yeah, you don't have to watch the first 4 episodes to watch the movie. It came out after episode 4, but you don't have to watch it. You don't have to watch the first 4 episodes to watch that movie. And honestly, I'm kind of glad I did watch the movie first. But here, yeah, it is what it is. So here we start the story with a meteor crashing to Earth in Shibuya, and unlike the TV show, timeline where the Earth's oceans are totally fine. It got so bad that all the oceans dried up, the sky is yellow. It's like imagine Mexico in American films, but you crank up that sepia like to 11.
I mean, literally, just like the journey between like the Coachella Valley and the Salton Sea.
Yeah,
which, like, yeah, that's just how it always is.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so a meteor hits Earth, and just it's so powerful that it evaporates Earth's water, but not its people.
Somehow, like an impact like that was enough to, just completely obliterate all bodies of water, but not the people, not the infrastructure, not our technology. But Tokyo Tower's leading to the side slightly.
This meteor had like a beef with water. It's like, I am not here to fuck up you guys. I'm here to fuck up water.
And honestly, it would have made more sense if like it only dried up the Pacific Ocean, and then all the other oceans kind of had to like diffuse back into the Pacific. and as a result, all of the like ocean levels are just like way lower. That probably would have made more sense. But that's not what they did. And like, if you want to make this your mood, go ahead. Use the mood to set the tone.
No,
It is what it
set
is.
the mood, because I'm like, all right, that's fine. Set the mood. If again you've never seen the show, you're giving like, wait, so we're in a post-apocalyptic? No. This is pretty much like it would be it would the show would fall under this happened. This all takes place after the calamity. Like they always refer to in so many shows, like Adventure Time and stuff. They always refer back to the Great Mushroom War, which I'm like, you don't really know what that is until you finally realize, oh, or even for you One Piece fans, that you're like, wait, what? We're living in a post-apocalyptic, yeah. We like, no one knows that it is. We didn't know it was, but put a pin in that, because it's like one simple action can change the outcome. Which, again, time travel, that's not really a thing you should honestly use, but regardless. Then we go into this whole thing about there are these monsters that are attacking, that came along with the meteor. And I'm like, all right. Next thing you know, we see a bunch of riders fighting them. But then we have this whole thing about like the organization of Zect confronts like a couple of these guys, and it's like, wait, I thought you guys worked for them, or that's what you guys are. Zect is pretty much who created these things, or these riders. I don't really get what's going on at this point. All I know is that they come and then they literally beg them to join forces with them again. I'm like, wait, what happened?
Yeah,
I'm missing a large chunk of information here. What happened?
Yeah, so in a bit of exposition, they did explain that Zect was an organization formed for combating worms, and yes, in the director's cut, we get a cameo from Sword, which did not show up in the theatrical cut.
Yeah. Someone asked me, "Are you going to bring up what you said?" I'm like, "Yes, I will when we get to it." But yes, our boy Futahara had a very, very close relationship with this show. But we'll get to that when we actually see the character. We didn't see him in the regular. We saw everyone else, but not Sword.
Yeah, so but like there's like a separate organization called Neozect, which does not appear in the show. Like who like try to like separate themselves because they believe Zect to be a fascist regime, and as we all know, Kamen Rider, it's like we don't like fascists, so like we gotta like start a rebellion against them. I mean, maybe don't call yourselves Neo-Zect. It's like saying Neo Shocker is an organization made to combat against OG Shocker. The marketing's not very good here, guys.
No. It especially with the. I think I made that point with the Kamen Rider Ichigo movie.
Yeah.
Featuring Ghost, where it's like what were they called? They were called something Shocker, or like
Magna Shocker or Magma Shocker.
Like, then what the hell are
Super
you guys
special
saying?
Awesome Shocker?
How Shocker is so inferior, but then it's like you take their name but just put a word in front of it, and it's like that makes no sense. That's like saying that, oh yeah, we gave you New Coke.
Nova Shocker.
We all know New Coke is crap, man. Then you gave us Coke Classic. I'm like, what are you people doing? Just what? I'm like, look, just give me the real one and then give me a zero, okay? Give me a Coke Zero. Give me a Pepsi Zero, but I will not touch anything else.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. The whole New Coke versus Coke Classic thing, the same thing happened with the burger. It's like we originally, like, the way you're supposed to make a burger is you make a meatball and then you smash it and then let it fry. But then like, because of the advent of McDonald's, they started like basically making like this long sheet of ground beef, and stencil cut circles of it, freeze it, package, ship it. So now you have the patties, and now it's they're bringing back.
You know how people are like trending right now with smash burgers and whatnot? I'm like, that's how the burger was supposed to be.
To be made, yeah. It's like just putting the word smash in front of it, like it's a new thing. It's like, God, you're literally doing Coke Classic. This is Coke Classic.
That's literally not a new thing. That's to you guys, it's new. But I'm like, no, that's
the way it's always been. That's the way it was always supposed to be.
Or when you go to a bar and they say, "Oh, we have artisan drinks," and they're actually using actual fruits and like limes, oranges, and stuff like that, and actually putting it into the said cocktail, and they're calling it artisan drinks. I'm like, that's how it's supposed to be.
Oh yeah. It's like, oh, I'll make an old fashioned. I'm going to put some whiskey, some simple syrup, and then I'm going to put some grenadine, and then just to make it more artisan, I'm going to put some orange zest and a maraschino in there. That's how you're supposed to make the old fashioned.
Not this bullcrap of you guys getting instant mixes. Come on.
Oh! Can you imagine? It's like oh, I'm gonna put a spin on Shirley Temple. I'm gonna put in I'm gonna put in some vodka and grenadine, but instead of using Sprite, I'm gonna put in ginger ale. It was originally made with ginger ale.
Yeah. Not the vodka, because obviously, the
vodka is when you want to make it dirty, but the proper Shirley Temple is non-alcoholic. But the point is,
that's just the thing with people and naming things. I'm like, come on, at least do something original. Don't just take the name and then but we made it better. How? I gave it a little umbrella.
Yeah.
No. So, well, we see several characters just for a very brief minute, but it's like, wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Who are you? Who are you?
Yeah.
Oh,
so the movie introduces 3 new writers that are not in the show, and we're only going to focus on 2 of them. You got Yamato, who is the Kamen Rider Kentaro, and you got, I forgot his name. That's how much of a douche he is. Who becomes Kamen Rider Hercus? Yes, we have a bronze and a silver and a gold rider made specifically for this movie, and they're only important for this movie. And they're basically the 2 rider leaders of the 2 factions. And yes, there's like this new technology called the Kabutech. Not to be confused with Kabutak, where it's like, oh, it's like a wrist morpher, just like Zabi, except you put in like a Kabuto beetle. And because the movie belts are always lazy, this is how they do it. It's like you have a generic mold, and then you change one piece interchangeably between the 3 different riders. Yeah, same thing with Deno. Like the following year, it's like to give this generic belt, and you change between one of 2 like plates to make a wing form or Gao form. And then Kiwa did the same thing, except this time you just moved the same one faceplate and just shift it upside down.
Ray was
Ray and what's his name? Arc were basically the same belts, but you just switch the face plates like upside down.
Although,
yes,
we do see several cameos in this movie, and the first one that we get is my boy Hidenori, which I know is Kamen Rider the Bee, but also is Kit Copper.
Yes, that will be explained in the show, but yes, yeah. So to put it simply, yes, we have Kamen Riders the Bee, who's not important in this movie enough for you to worry about watching episode 7. And on the opposite side, we have Daisuke, who becomes Kamen Rider Drake, who again is not important in this movie enough for you to have to watch episode 11.
Yeah, no, it's good to see these guys again. And yes, we are dropping the fact. Yes, ladies, this is Go On Yellow. This is Go On Gold.
Yes.
This is the pretty boy with the chicken helicopter.
Yes. Yeah. But
yeah. What's the character's name in the show?
Kiroto. Break Genkai, Go On Gold.
Yeah, so this is Go On Gold, and this is not his first time in Tokusatsu. In fact, he goes back all the way to the time of B-Fighter Kabuto.
Oh yeah.
Apparently he was in that show too, so he has had a prolific role and time in Tokusatsu.
Yeah.
Continues on to this day, and if they do a reunion of Go Under, which they should, because Futahara just never lets it go.
No,
they should come back, but also let us give praise and blessings to my baby, Miss Go On Silver, because she is about to be a mom.
Congratulations.
Miyu is going to be a mother, so blessings to her. So, yes. We also have another cameo, but that'll come later.
Yes.
All we see now is this guy in white with a hat and glasses. And he's just walking through a battlefield as if there's nothing going on. He's just like,
even Kamen Rider Hercus is like firing at him. Like he's just firing at him, and every shot's missing, and it's not like he's trying to dodge. He's just the only thing missing is a bowl of tofu for him to not spill, and yeah. So fight breaks out between these riders. You got Hercus versus Kentaro, and you have Drake versus Zabi and Getak, and yes, Getak is Kagami Arata, who is a very important character both in this movie and the show. But you don't need to know anything important about Kagami in the show for the first 22 episodes. So yeah, again, this movie, unlike some of the other movies in the past, is framed in a way where you don't have to necessarily watch the show to understand what's going on. But yes, we got a 2v1 and a 1v1, and Tendo's being a total badass. It's imagine aura farming without having to actually farm aura. It's just passively farming while you just go out and grab a coffee. But yes, he reveals himself. It's Ten no Michi Iki, Subte was Kasuru Otoko. Kabuto Sector shows up and he just lets go of it. It starts slowly dropping, but somehow attaches to his belt, even though it's supposed to slide in. There's a rail to slide it in, but somehow it just pops inward. And yes, and no one could hit him. He has a quick display of one punching all of the other 5 riders, and he just jumps back to the sun. And he's it's I will join the side that'll pay me the most. Ore iu Tayo Kirameki.
Hiro Misushima, everybody. Always going to be a badass.
Yes, the fluent in English real-life chef Hiro Misushima who also unfortunately appeared in 2 episodes of a certain HBO show that I refused to watch.
Yeah, no, Hiro has had one hell of a career, honestly.
Oh yeah, and yes, he's still making content on YouTube, making a cooking show, and every now and then the guy who plays Kagami does make a cameo.
Yeah, yeah. And again, for those people who ask, like, this guy looks so familiar, I'm like, yeah, you probably have seen him in a few things.
Like a certain butler dressed in black.
Yeah, he is Sebastian from the live action Black Butler movie. And don't chill out. Okay, chill. I know live actions are not normally the best, but you gotta admit,
he was the better part of that movie in particular.
Yeah, style-wise, it was great. Everything like, okay, no, this is not to mention during that time, all we had was the well, animated wise, was the other kid, the pervy one, you know, we didn't have the boat or the circus yet. We just had up to what's his face. So this was a breath of fresh air compared to that. And you know, obviously several, you know, like he was in the live action Beck movie.
Yeah.
He was in For You Full of Blossom, Drop. What else was he in?
Yeah.
He literally wasn't a lot. He literally is in a lot of stuff. And so, yeah, regardless, yes, he is a pretty boy, and this is where
he is fluent in English with an American accent.
Yeah, he is. He is very versatile. He's a very versatile actor.
Yeah, there's even a behind the scene. Like, I mean, everyone knows that one clip where it's like Anatawa stronger, Orewa strongest, but. But there's even like behind the scenes like footage of like the making of the movie, you know, because like all movies have that behind the scenes feature at the time. And yes, like there are video clips where he is speaking in American English with the actor plays younger Tendo. And so like I wonder, the actor plays younger Tendo, is he American? I wonder. But yeah, no, it's actually really interesting to see because he is Japanese native, but like his honestly, it's not the fact that he is fluent in the language, it's the fact that he's fluent with the accent that really gets me, you know. But yeah, like I used to cook when I was a kid, even before watching the show. And I mostly did it for survival because most of the time I was home alone. So it's like if you don't know how to make mac and cheese, you're gonna go hungry all day. If you don't know how to make a hot dog, you're gonna go hungry all day. If you don't know how to make eggs,
as my father put it to me, a man is not a man unless he can take care of himself.
Yeah. So I learned how to cook, but it's mostly as a survival mechanism. But like after watching Kabuto, like it became not just about the survival aspect, but also about the passion. I enjoy cooking now because of the show, because like I now have because I developed a desire to improve on this particular skill. And you know, and again, like because like you know, like Orewa Boken Shudis, I like learning about different cultures. So like, and that expands to like different styles of cooking. One of the most fun things for me when I reviewed Kamen Rider Gov was like me trying to make all these different snacks every week and discussing the histories behind them. And I've made a lot of dishes last year that I've never made before in my entire life, and I appreciate that. You know, and finding out that he would later go on to start a cooking show in real life, you know, it kind of adds to that cosmic connectivity to, you know, the character in the show and myself. And another interesting thing is that much like myself, Mizushima is ichthyophobic. At least in terms of culinary arts. So yeah, like we both hate seafood. I love that. That's amazing. But no, he does make seafood on the show, which respect, But I appreciate that. Much like me, he doesn't like the taste of fish, so that's really cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So moving forward. So if all the water's gone, how did Tendo get a fish?
Yeah, because mackerel's hard to come by, but somehow he got a mackerel. And by the way, mackerel's a recurring joke in the TV show, but I love that they were able to squeeze it into the movie. And yes, Kagami turns out like when he's not working for the insect fascists, he works at the bistro and he has a crush on this girl that works here, and even though here they're dating, he's like trying to muster the courage to marry her.
Secondary rider, lady.
Yes. Kagami Arata.
And for those who don't know, or like, wait, who? Yeah, no, this is normal.
Yeah, in the TV show, he was appointed to be the user of the Kabuto Zector, but for some reason, the Zector chose Tendo instead of him. He's like, why? And then episode 2, it's like, you'll be mine this time. Come, wait, where are you going? And yes, in the English dub in the Philippines, Kagami sounds like Krillin from Team 4 Star, which honestly makes the show even funnier dubbed in English, given his personality. And yes, the big question is, how does Tendo also have a belt in the show? Well, we do find out at the end of this movie, but now I'm asking myself, how does he have it at the beginning of this movie? But in any case, yes. So there's like a love triangle of sorts between Tendo, Hiromi, and Kagami. And the best way I could describe it is that the love triangle is closer to that of to Luke, Leia, and Han, as opposed to you're
trying to get with your sister. Ew.
Yeah, as opposed to Wataru, Mio, and Taiga. And honestly, oh man, it's toxic no matter what. But yes, so yes, there's like this whole thing about like, which side are you joining, Tendo? Which side are you on? It's like Spider-Man at Civil War, and like it's like only the strong survive, only the weak die out. This is the law of evolution. And of course, Hiromi's like, well, I guess I'm out. It's not just a cough. No, it's an actual thing. Wow, for once, it's not just a cough. The person actually admits that it's not just a cough.
It actually is a thing. It actually is something very
it is an actual thing. And then Tendo reveals, oh yeah, no, I'm joining music. But it's to take him out from within.
Okay. So Zect and Zect Light for here. What exactly are they trying, or what is it that it seems that they're just doing the same thing?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, again, cancel culture went like, again, far like, I don't like it because this person thought the thing that I don't like, but then you guys are planning the exact same thing, but just in wording only. It's like, then why did you guys separate then? Because you didn't know how it was being said or the word that was being said.
Yeah, no, it's actually kind of interesting how like both halves of the spectrum hate cancel culture when it happens to someone on their side, but they have no problem when it happens to someone on the opposite side. and they're willing to throw one of their own under the bus if they happen to say something cancelable. Both sides. And yes, so Zect Classic wants to build the Stairway to Heaven, which is not a Led Zeppelin song. It's supposed to be a satellite that uses a tractor beam in order to bring in a comet, because comets are made of ice. Yes, I hope y'all paid attention in my class. And so that the comet can melt into water and increase our water supply. I don't think a single comet could really restore all the water on Earth. So you're going to need a few more of those.
I mean, like, how big of a comet are we talking about? And also, who made this idea? Like,
and how are you able to make it in only 7 years? Because it took Gundam 00 250 years to make 3 of those simultaneously.
I mean, like, okay, so a meteor slammed into the Earth, evaporated all the water. Now you want to slam another celestial body into the Earth, hoping that it doesn't burn in our atmosphere
into vapor,
which I don't know if that would actually do anything in creating clouds, which would create rain, but
somehow Zek, to the fascist organization, clearly wants to control all the water supply on Earth, because they're already the ones facilitating it. What water's already left? So I'm going to go on a limb and say the guy who made Mad Max 4 probably watched this movie and thought, "What if I did this?"
Yeah, where water is such a precious. I'm like, so if water's gone, how is humanity even surviving?
For 7 years, no less.
Yeah, I'm like, that's the thing. A lot of people believe that, and it always kind of strikes me. It's like, oh, I don't drink water. I don't blah, blah, blah. You know what?
But everything you drink has water in it. Even beer has water in it. Wine has water in it.
Like, basically, water is the all elixir to everything that we drink and that we consume. Plants have water. Our meat, our fish, our poultry, that has water.
Even in Mortal Kombat, Kitana says, "Use the element that gives life."
And so it's like, wait, we have been alive. Humanity has survived. There still is some water that, possibly like reserves and bottles and whatnot.
Yeah. You could say maybe it's groundwater, but groundwater is such a severe minority. Like just to give you an idea of like how much fresh water there is on Earth.
Oh,
in the 90s. In the 90s,
you're not gonna like this.
Pretend that this is an official baseball. I don't have an actual baseball, so it's a little bit smaller to scale. 1 droplet of water. That's how much fresh water there is in the entire planet.
Let's put it in another way. If we were to give you a bottle of whatever you wanted, right? And we give you a shot glass. And we take a little dropper and we just take a bit and then put it in the shot glass of the dropper. The bottle is the world, and that little is all the fresh water. Fresh water.
Yeah.
There is. That little droplet, that little thimble dropper that we gave you, which is not even an ounce. That's how much fresh water there is. And you're probably saying to yourself, but the planet is like more than 80% water. Yeah, but you can't drink it.
Yes, you can't drink the ocean's water.
Not to mention,
you can't even drink most of groundwater.
No, you can't. You can't. Oh, you can find it. You could
some groundwater, like it might be fresh, but not all of it. There's no telling which, like some minerals purify water, other minerals contaminate it.
Yeah, it also depends on what it is that, like, oh yeah, that's coming from a stream. Yeah, but again, a stream. Fish go in it.
Yes.
So do most animals. So
bacteria, algae.
Yeah. It's like you may have found water, but is it drinkable water?
And let me tell you, as someone who has done forest survival, even if you find river water and collect it, you still have to purify it after the fact by boiling it or using what's called chlorine tablets. And I'm pretty sure you don't have chlorine tablets. Even that one spin-off of Survivor Man that they aired on Cartoon Network, they chose the 8 kids had to choose between juice crystals, 8 bottles of water, and chlorine tablets. They chose the 8 bottles of water. I mean, good thing you were not stupid enough to pick the juice crystals. But the thing is, 8 bottles of water divided between 8 campers would be 1 bottle per person.
Yeah.
A chlorine tablet could have given you way more water than that. But you were not thinking that far ahead now, were you?
But that's the reality of our world, is that there isn't really a lot of drinking water out there. So regardless, it's like, yeah, water is a precious thing that we need. And the idea to grab a meteor and just put it on, I'm like, yeah, how would that also, is that even enough to make it happen?
How many humans are left?
That's it. Well, how many humans?
There's a lot of worms out there. And question, do worms even drink water?
Well, we don't know any. I know nothing of the worms yet, so. But also another cameo in this for those who have been watching our show faithfully.
Yes, Goro comes back, sort of, as the director of Zect.
Yeah, Toshiya Yuji, who was Goro, our boy, best green boy himbo there is.
Yes.
Which I want to make that into a shirt.
Who is a real user of Zolda, contrary to what other people might think.
Yeah. Just straight up is one of the directions. Now, again, does he show up in the show?
Yes.
Okay. So we get more Goro. We get more green boy himbo.
Mm-hmm.
Which is always welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so he appoints Kagami and Yamato to be the 2 riders to go up to the stairway to activate the the regular clock-up system to activate the tractor beam in order to bring the comet over. Meanwhile, Kagami finally asks Hiyori to marry him, and she's hesitant at first because she's sick, but then he's like, I don't care if you're sick. I love you, Hiyori. It's like, okay, but just so you know, I only have 18 hours left.
Okay, chill out, Romeo. All right.
Yeah.
She's dying. Okay, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Meanwhile, over at Zect 1 Calorie, Tendo has a talk with Oda, who tells him, it's like, by the way, have you heard of a Golden Rider? Yeah, it turns out Zect's most powerful rider is a Gold Rider who carries a blue rose. It is said that anyone who tried to fight him died before they even have a chance to begin the fight. And I would love to say that this is an opportunity to bring up Sun Tzu, but this is not. But this is a way more literal, as we're going to find out later on.
Uchi we're fighting, or what?
Yeah. And yes, not Goro also reveals that he too has an ace up his sleeve in addition to Tendo. So Tendo is accused of being a traitor working for Zect Classic, but no, he spills all the information that he knows, which is great for Neozect, I guess. So then they go on the attack while the 2 of them go up to the stairway. And yes, almost immediately Daisuke is ambushed by Homegirl, And it's like, oh yeah, no, I've been a member of Zek Classic all along. This, you guys should not have left Zek to begin with.
My God, how could you? She's just a pick, man.
Yeah, and Daisuke just as quickly gets gunned down by a bunch of Zek troopers. It's weird too. Like you'd think he'd clock up, but he can't. He doesn't. That's so weird.
Yeah. Did you guys forget? You all can freeze time.
Yeah. Or rather, slow it down significantly.
Yeah. No. It took Fi's like a speed a stopwatch. 30 some odd episodes in, but you guys can automatically just do this. I'm like, wait. Especially, I'm like, these are just stormtroopers. These are the nobodies. Are you telling me?
They're literally called Zek troopers.
Are you seriously telling me you got knocked off by background actors like A?
Yes.
And you guys are the main wow, okay.
And he falls to the ground and he's like, Orewa.
Okay.
Like, no, bro, you're not the wind. You're not the wind.
Okay. That's fine.
Go back to being a makeup artist. Yeah, and it's like yes, Tendo and Oda find out that, oh no, homegirl did betray us, and it's like Tendo, you go to the stairway. I'll take on the battle on Earth while you take on the battle in heaven. And it's like, okay, I know what you're trying to do here, movie, but
pull it back. Ball. Wait, did the volume go down? Oh. I guess something happened on his end. So let's see. What happened?
Okay, can you hear me?
Okay, there you go.
Okay, so fun fact, these two actors do have a cameo in somewhere in the last 3 episodes of the show. They don't play the same characters, but they have a cameo. Just like how Taiga is the same actor who played Ray in the movie, except Taiga is an actual important character, even more so than Ray is.
It's kind of like when past actors from past shows just randomly show up in a new show. It's like, wait, why are they there? Yeah. Oh, they're like in the background drinking coffee. It's just for the fans to be like, hey, I know that, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, where were we?
Yes. So where we are is so you got Harkus fighting against Zabi, and yeah, Zabi gets murked very easily, in fact. So much so he's like, this is the perfect death. And the reason why he says the word perfect is more related to his personality in the show, but again, not relevant to this movie. Again, you don't have to watch episode 7, and actually, you don't have to watch any of the show to care about Zabi. He's just an asshole, and rightfully gets murked. And meanwhile, up in the stairway to heaven, somehow Kabuto takes his motorcycle all the way up there, and he takes his motorcycle all the way up there, and he fights against Kitaro, while Gatak tries to use the clock up system to activate the tractor beam. And yes, the two riders actually end up outside of the space station, fighting out in space. And I'm like, how are you guys not floating around exactly?
So we're now at the part where we are introduced to the gold Kabuto.
Yeah, we're about to get there. And yes, Kabuto defeats Kitaro to the point that Kabuto somehow safely re-enters the atmosphere using his motorcycle, which is really weird considering that the thermosphere is so insanely hot that meteoroids burn up. Like they become superheated, and then the mesosphere is so cold that the superheated meteoroids break apart into meteorites. But somehow Kabuto makes it back safely. He's steaming, but like I get it, he's hot. I get it, but he's steaming. And while Kitaro just crashes and dies, and I love how like Herka says, I love how like Homegirl's like, as long as Yamato's here, I believe in hope, and like he will succeed. It's like, yeah, well, there's your hope right there. Yeah. But then Hercus shows up, arrives in an area that looks mistier than usual. Feels like a boss fight. And there are blue rose petals floating around everywhere. And there's a guy in a white robe. And in the director's cut, you actually do see him earlier on. You don't see his face. You just see like that, like you see a close up of his chest where you see the white Zect uniform with the blue rose, like walking towards the camera. But yes, so you see a Gold Rider like just sitting there, like meditating like Qui-Gon Jinn, holding a blue rose. It is like, you're the Gold Rider. I came here specifically to fight you. And it's like, the blue rose is very beautiful, and you are ruining, and you are making the world ugly by your existence. And Hercus tries to like pull out his axe, but before you even just do that, it's like instantly already dead. Omae wa Moshinderu. And then we get a line from Space Runaway Idion. I didn't even have a chance to do anything.
Yeah, there's a reason why they're having such a hard time, because the guy who is the Golden Kabuto is actually renowned former kickboxing champion Musashi.
Yep.
Like so many wins, a lot of knockouts. The guy is literally, well, I think he's now retired. I'm sure. Yeah. But yeah, pretty boys, you're not gonna take on a professional kickboxer and get out of here without getting your asses kicked. So yeah, which is crazy. Like, wait, athletes come in the show? Oh yeah,
yeah. There was a time when Hiroshi Tanahashi was in Kamen Rider Xade.
We've had plenty of athletes in these shows, but like, it's almost
remember how we had that one episode of Gaim where we had the Japanese football club members?
Yeah,
cameo.
Thank you, Blue Samurai, for all you did at the World Cup. I wish you guys had made it a little bit longer.
Yeah, that was my 4-nation dream team. So now it's just up to America and Mexico to make it to the finals.
Oh boy,
it's gonna be rough, man. Like America has to fight Belgium next, which I'm not too worried about. But then they're going to have to fight against either Portugal or Spain. And those two countries, it's like okay, like your first opponent is Kamen Rider Drake, but then your next opponent is going to be either Caucasus or Sword. And I'm scared either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with that said, yeah, no, he got instantly murked, just like that one guy from Space Runaway Idion, where he got shot in the head and somehow is able to form the thought, I didn't have a chance to do anything.
Yeah, and all of them got their asses kicked royally, and this kind of gives us a run back to Ridley Scott's Alien, where they're in the final moments in the escape pod, and they trap the bastard in the airlock.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be honest. When I was watching the Flash season 3 mid-season finale, and you got like Jay Garrick getting crushed by Sevatar royally, the first thing that came to my mind was, damn, this looks like Caucasus versus Hercus all over again. because Jay Garrick is really getting destroyed by Savitar. But yes, so somehow he just walks away. But yes, it is revealed that and yes, Kagami, he does use his clock up to like activate the tractor beam in order to bring back the comet. But what they didn't realize that right behind the comet is a massive meteoroid with more worms in it. And the meteoroid is so much bigger and so much faster that it destroys the comet before it even has a chance to come even close to Earth. But yeah, so like everyone retreats basically. It's like, oh no, it was a mistake. Yeah, it was a mistake. We didn't know that there was a meteoroid behind the comet. Yeah. Kagami gets married to Hiyori before she dies in her hospital bed. And homegirl from Zect, like, she tries to come to the chief. And yes, it is revealed that Kagami's dad is the one in charge. In the movie, you don't know that it's his dad. And in the TV show, you don't find that out either. But holy bleep, it's Kagami's dad as the leader of Zect. And yes, it's like basically before she enters the room, she overhears, it's like, yes, our plan is going accordingly. Soon there'll be more worms and they will take over, and heaven will be made over. It's like
the worms already in the apocalypse. I'm pretty sure the worms have won, which again, they are a massive thing in the show, but in this movie, they're more like an afterthought. I was like, wait, we're dealing with a rider against rider battle here.
Like in hindsight, you only really see like one adult worm in the entire movie. You see a bunch of like base worms at the beginning of the film. And come to think of it, I don't think worms mainly have two gimmicks. One, they can go invasion the body snatchers on their victims. They can take their form and take up their memories. And the other is that they can slow down time in order to like move super fast, which is why the writers have a clock up system. But we don't really see the worms using either of these two gimmicks in this movie. Now that I'm like rewatching it and thinking back on it, it's like, no, they don't. Like, they could have very well done this, but you don't really see them using. I mean, technically, there might be one or two that are, but the thing is, unless you've seen the show ahead of time, you wouldn't really know that.
Worms are just an afterthought here. They're trying to make it seem like the worms have played nothing in the plot of this film. Yeah. Like, it would be something if you created a whole new rider system with that is far superior or even better than Kabuto, but apparently not. So why even bother with the worms? Hell, you could have used the gold in Kabuto to destroy all of the worms.
But you've sided with the worms, though.
Yeah, so
for some reason. But yes, it appears a mouse has been listening in on our conversation. So of course, Not Goro goes to take care of it, and yes, if you haven't figured it out, yes, he is a worm. We don't know this in the movie, but he does kill her, and she like calls Kagami, we've been had. Zect wants to destroy. Get out of me.
No.
No, you don't. You
really? I didn't think. Really, the evil organization wants to be even. He's giving us the evil look.
Yes. Yes. Or better yet, all those times when Yamato and even Sho used the evil voice.
My God, Baron, she's doing the evil voice. Indeed. I always know I have got them when they start doing the evil voice.
What?
Yes. Once again, I had no evidence. It has been a hell of a week, to be honest with you. But once they have done the evil voice, you know it is the murderer.
Yes. So then we have this badass scene where Tendo and Kagami are like, just like walking in the middle of the desert, and like one's dressed in black, the other in white, and they both they see an army of worms. I'm like, oh, we're finally gonna see like more worms for once. And no, they just transform, clock up, and then just like go up the they go up the go up the elevator, which honestly, like them ascending the stairway does look cool. Not gonna lie though, it's like watching a speed run of like freaking Castlevania, but it's like, I don't know, it's a little late for that. Yeah, you should have saved that for the previous time you did that. But yes, but then once they both arrive to the control room, they see a bunch of blue rose petals floating around, and a guy is dressed up in white. And we only see his face very briefly, but he's like,
like I said, he is a multi-champion kickboxer.
Yeah.
So prepare yourself to get an ass whooping, boys. And an ass whooping is what they got.
Yeah, because turns out even when they do try to clock up, he can still outrun them because apparently he has an ability called hyper clock up, which basically makes which hyper clock up compared to clock up is like clock up compared to not clocked up at all.
This sounds like, no joke, this script sounds like a child had made it.
Yeah,
because it's like, well, yes, like all the riders, all the Zector riders have these abilities and whatnot. It's like that one kid who's like, well, I got like hyper super mega stop time thing, so like you guys are quick, but I'm like a lot faster.
Or as TJ Omega would say, you're walking up to the Flash. It's like, hi, my name's Faster. But yeah, no, it's and it's like, yeah. So like, to put simply, clock up lets you slow down time. Hyper clock up lets you stop it completely. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if you go into the actual physics of moving while time is completely stopped, the slightest twitch you make has the force of an atomic blast. If you do the mathematics, but it's a TV show, so of course they're never going to do it. They didn't do it in Heroes. They didn't do it in JoJo, so why would they do it here?
Such a confined space, because now they're being launched into space for some reason.
Yeah, because and then, but somehow Kagami takes the blow from a hyper kick. So just as a diversion, so that Kabuto could just yoink the Hyper Zector off of Caucasus for some reason, somehow. And that's the part where I'd be like, yeah, no, a little kid came up with this part.
Yeah, no, seriously, it's like a child. Like, Daddy, can I write some of the script? No, son, you may not. And then the kid just goes in and just does it and then just puts it in the script regardless. Because, I mean, again, like, not only did this have the feel of the ending of Ridley Scott's Alien, even towards the fact that, like, yeah, we just happened to trap Gold in the airlock, and before he punches his way through the damn door, we just happened to shoot him out into space. Yeah. Just because there's no other option but to shoot him out through space. And our secondary rider here is not doing so well because he got the full brunt of the eight-time kickboxing champion. So I'm like, I really want to know how that all came down. Like, well, so then he's the main character, and you're the secondary one, so you got to get your ass kicked. You got to get your lickings in. Yeah.
So then Tendo does the merciful thing of putting him into an escape pod and then sending it out back to Earth. And, I'm going to be honest, what would have worked better to improve this scene is if they establish that Hyper Clock Up has a severe cooldown where you can't even do a regular clock up while the Hyper Zector is on cooldown, then that would have made sense, because it's like if we could just survive his hyper clock up just long enough. Then while he's vulnerable, we could yoink the hyper Zector from him and even have like a dramatic moment where like it's like, this is the part where I kill you. Hyper clock up, and then it's like, and then Kabuto's like, Ore wa Tendo desu.
It would have been something well, no, it's not possible, but I mean, like, if Kabuto got the hyper time stop, but I'm like, no, that's connected to Golden Kabuto, so that wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
But regardless, it's like,
yeah, but at least my way would have made it make more sense and more dramatic. But
here's the point that it's like, okay, what the outcome is, either he's gonna rip this escape pod and kill our secondary rider, which does seem to happen but doesn't. And
yeah, so basically hyper clock up gives you the power to stop time to the point where you could even straight up reverse it like Superman, but not so time and energy consuming. So yeah, he undoes the whole punching through the airlock thing, and then like it's like, wait, how'd you get here? Did you go back in time? F you, bastard! And then
kicks him into the spaceship they were in, and then just with that was enough to blow up the ship and the Golden Kabuto as well. Which
yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's all it took. Just a punch, and he just Apparently, spaceships in Japan are very flammable.
Mm-hmm. Even in space, where there's no air pressure to inflame things.
Well, I mean, you want to start talking about that, you should just go to George Lucas right now and be like,
"Oh yeah, no, we've been over this. We've been over this with George Lucas."
But
yeah. So Kabuto, like in his hyper clock up state.
Wait, spoilers! if you don't know, like, that's the final.
It's his final form. Yeah, just like how we saw Shinji and Ren use their survive forms in the 13 Rider special. Yeah. So he flies up to the meteoroid and then uses hyper clock up to send it back in time 7 years.
Back in time.
We're going back in time.
Oh God, time travel. What the hell?
Yeah. So then he rams it into the original meteor from 7 years ago, so that the debris that's created from it will create the actual meteor from the TV show, where yes, Shibuya will be destroyed. Yes, worms will show up, but no, the water will not evaporate to the point to being completely unusable.
So
yes. This is how we got our TV show timeline, because
the hero did nothing to prevent it.
Yeah, he mitigated it.
Without what would you want? Would you rather have a world that was post-apocalyptic, or would you rather have a world that's infected with evil alien space worms?
Well, it's infected with space worms either way, but at least there are fewer of the space worms, and we still have water.
And we lost a good chunk of the downtown metropolitan area of Tokyo. Jesus, man. Now how are people supposed to make their TikToks on the Shibuya crossing while annoying the citizens of Japan?
Yeah. And yes, so he goes back to where Tendo is buried. And yes, like, in the beginning of the movie, we did see Tendo like try to reach out to his little sister, and he was so weak that he got that debris basically separated them, and presumably she got sick from inhaling the debris or something like that, which is why Hiyori is his sister, but also kind of not really, but yeah, so like that's why Hiyori is sick with terminal lung disease. But because this mysterious man in the insect armor finds this little boy. He's like, "You want to save your sister? Put this belt on; it'll make you stronger." And somehow putting on the rider belt allows Tendo to save Hiyori before the debris gets her. Doesn't explain some stuff from the show, but it does explain why when Hiyori was a little girl, she saw a man wearing the same belt as Kabuto and believes that this is the man that killed her parents.
Oh, we're doing that trope again.
We're doing that trope again, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is the 35th anniversary after all.
That's true.
Yeah, so so now when we watch the first episode and people are asking, how did this guy get the belt? I thought only Kagami was supposed to have it. Now you know. He got it from his future self in another timeline. Doesn't explain how the future self from that timeline got his version, but at least it answers some of the questions from the TV show. And yes, the movie ends with our present-day timeline, with Hiyori being fully healthy, making her drawings of fairies and stuff, and going off. And we have the end credit scene with an extended end credit scene where Hiyori, Kagami, and Tendo are at the beach, and they're actually goofing off together, like the final episode of Yu Yu Hakusho. And yes, we do see Tendo be goofy. Here's the thing: there are moments in the TV show where Tendo gets to be an absolute dork, and I love those moments. But we don't get to see that in the movie unless you watch the director's cut.
Yeah, no, I think I just saw the regular one. I don't think I saw the director's cut. But yeah, Tendo doesn't seem like the guy. He's not Shinji. He's not Shinji. He's not Eiji. He is definitely not Koda. He's more along the lines of Ren than anything. But
except unlike Ren, he doesn't hesitate.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for this movie. God loves speed.
Godspeed, love. Yeah.
Which, what the hell did I just watch?
A prequel.
A prequel that has nothing to do with the show. Sort of. Mm-hmm. Which gives some massive spoilers to anyone who has not seen the show. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. I think I'm more confused than when we started Ryuki. Because I know nothing about Kabuto, and yet here I'm like trying. Seriously, if this was like that we had to watch, I'm like, well, I feel as though this should have been watched like at least halfway through the original show, as it probably was meant to be. But since it is a prequel and it does open the doors, it kind of says something. And I'm like, all right. Well. I will wait to cast judgment until we finally start watching the series.
Yeah. I would say it is a prequel, and the movie is self-contained enough where you could still watch the movie by itself and not be confused by it if you ignore, or rather, if you do not plan on watching the show. But if you are gonna watch the movie, I would definitely recommend watching it sometime after episode 4, just because and again, it's not that oh, you need prerequisite information as much as you wouldn't really appreciate the movie as much because you don't have the main timeline to make the comparison of how much worse in the situation we're in and how these characters are different. Because again, part of the reason behind this movie is to answer a question that was asked in the very first episode and wasn't answered until the movie came out. So it's like it's kind of weird getting the answer before you even know what the question even was. But again, it's the prequel. It leads into the events of the TV show. And of course, next week we'll be doing the first 4 episodes. For me, I really enjoyed the movie. I give it a 9. It used to be a 9.5, but again, when you get older, you do notice certain issues. And one of the biggest issues for me is, the worms don't really play a role in this movie as much as they should. I mean, it's cool that we have those scenes with Caucasus, but this movie needs more worms. And I don't mean the chrysalis worms. I mean like the full-grown ones, like the one we see in that night scene.
Yep.
Yeah. But hey, at least we don't get a bunch of like returning bad guys to just like show up just to like kick their butts in 2 minutes combined, like you do in the Showa era.
I know.
So how about you? What score would you give this movie?
I have no idea what I even just watched, so I am indifferent right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is probably the first time that I refuse to put a score until later.
Alrighty then. Okay. Well, let us know, guys. Do you believe that there are times when you should watch a prequel after watching a main story, or should we always just watch the prequels, then main story, and then the sequels, and so on and so forth? Let us know in the comments. So we got a few. I'm excited. I love the season, as do many of us, naturally. I've watched this movie so many times. Yeah. I think I've seen it like maybe 9 times. But the most recent time I've watched it, not counting this weekend, was back in 2019. So it's been a minute. Definitely a favorite season of mine. Okay, all right. I'm sad you won't be able to do the 20th anniversary until, whenever you guys finally do the Reiwa era. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but, you can't contest the wheel. And unfortunately, the wheel chose Kabuto well before the movie came out on Blu-ray. Or in theaters, for that matter.
Yep.
Theoretically, we should finish Kabuto by the end of September, and unfortunately, the movie comes out in theaters in November. So logistically, it is what it is. But if we get Agito next, we won't have a problem doing the 25th anniversary movie, because by then the Blu-ray actually will come out. So that's good. Yeah. Let's see. That's it for the comments, guys. If you enjoyed, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon to stay notified for our latest videos. We discuss Kamen Rider Kabuto, Kamen Rider Zets, Super Space Sheriff Gavan Infinity, and yes, we're gonna start reviewing Ultraman Teo, which just premiered this weekend. And yes, unlike Omega, we do have the simul dub available. So if you want to watch it in English, you can. I haven't watched the episode yet, but I will by the time when we do the actual review. Check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we discuss movies, TV shows, and all other things. And we're going to be uploading a few vlogs very soon. And yeah, if you want to say hi to us in person, we'll be at Power Morphicon on August 28th through the 30th at the Pasadena Convention Center. They did announce more actors, Devil May Cry actors, as well as other projects not associated with Power Rangers, Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, etc. But, it's going to be a jolly old time. We're going to have some good times. Oh, yeah, and did I mention Mark Dacascos is going to be there? That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. And yeah, and also they finally announced the new date for Robo Toy Fest. It'll be in late September, the 30th or 31st, if I recall. Let me just wait. There's no 31st of September. Yeah, it'll be September. Wait, hold on. September 27th, I believe. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, so yes, Robo Toy Fest is back in the queue, so that's good to know. So you'll still have 2 opportunities to say hi to us. We love you guys. And once again, happy 250th anniversary to July 4th. We love you guys. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. We got to eat plenty of barbecue and watch the fireworks from a safe distance. And until next time, we love you guys. Enjoy your freedom, liberty, pursuit of happiness. Have a good one. Goodbye.
Good night, guys.